Welcome. Happy Friday. This is Tailgate Talk. I am your host, Mike. My partner in crime, Tommy from the MSR. What's going on, bud?
What is up, Mikey? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. It's Friday. I'm getting ready to start with my long vacation. Just been kind of kicking around the house, just, relaxing, having a good time. And it's going to be a long weekend. We don't play until Monday night.
Oh man, those are like the most stressful ones when you even Sunday nights. I'm like, God, can it just get here already? They're fun though, but it's just like fuck. Monday night seems like forever.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Golly.
absolutely. We got some people up in the chat already. We got Jonathan Wayman in the house, Dustin Lines, DM Mag, Mr. Diggs, Spin, Nathan S. How you guys doing? Rick Rarick's up in here. So, it's happy Friday. Happy Friday. We'll start off with a little bit of the recap from last Thanksgiving. I know there's been it feels like it's been forever. Since we mollywopped the Saints, they played again. But that's what happens when you do a show early and then wait, 9 days, 10 days to have your show again. So we'll go through the quick updates on that, and then we'll get into the Patriots matchup. We'll start with our X Factors last week, Tommy. Our X Factors last week. You had Singletary and Groot. I will give you this. Singletary had some really tough runs.
Dude,
I
tell people he's a tough he's tough, bro. I tell people all the time. That's why I was like, I get everyone likes Moss. He runs hard, but so does Singletary ain't no joke. That dude's a big little dude, bro. But yeah, he listen, he's averaging like 5 yards a carry, Mikey. He's not as bad as people think. If we just give him a little fucking run blocking, he'd be a little bit better than what he's shown.
Yep, and I want to touch this before we go into mine. Jonathan Wayman comes in and says they got mollywopped again last night. I will tell you, I watched that game. They didn't get mollywopped. I mean, that was a late fourth quarter defensive touchdown is the reason why it got so out of hand. Offensively, they struggled. They threw 4 picks, I think it was.
Right, which is expected.
But defensively, they shut down the Cowboys for the most part. I mean, it took them till late in the second half to really get it to open it up. I was rather surprised with how well that Saints defense played after the way I'm like, maybe we just played better than I thought we did.
Saints have a good defense, bro. I think a lot of people underestimated the Saints as far as that goes, but their offense is a mess, obviously. But their defense is not bad. They have good corners, good pass rusher. I don't know. I thought we handled, like I said, I knew we were going to handle business on defense when we played them. I told you that. I didn't think the Saints. It was about how our offense played, right?
Yeah.
So I came out that game with a positive, right? Like we did what we had to do, and that's what I took from that game, right? So if we would have won 10-3 or something, I would have said, "Golly, like this is not good, Mikey." But we did exactly what we were supposed to do against a depleted offense, and on offense, which was the most important thing, we executed good. I love that Brian Dable finally got Singletary involved, got Breida involved. Singletary 15 carries, Breida 9 carries. Like that's what I want to see. You don't have to go run heavy, but I tell you, Mikey, it's a funny little stat. So the Bills this year is 60% pass, 40% run. I am okay with that, guys. By the way, I am totally good with that. It's the games where he totally goes against the run, like the Colts game, is where I get frustrated with Dable. If Dable could continue like this play calling against Saints, we'll be just fine, guys. I'm telling you, because the O-line against the Saints, I thought they were average. And I keep saying, that's good. That's all we need, guys. That is it. And we'll be fine. Let the playmakers do their job after that. It's not going to be pretty at times, but if it's below average, we are fucked. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to go good.
Well, speaking of that, offensive line, it's all about the offensive line, and we have some reinforcements coming back. Brown's back at practice. Mongo's back at practice.
Jeez
Star's
Louise.
back at practice. And we'll get into the whole injury report, but, it's nice to see them coming back. Oh, I even like this one right here. Daniel comes in and says, Spencer Brown, Feliciano back. And good old boy Cody Ford allowed 0 pressures last week.
I told you.
Ford played well.
They played average. Yeah, average. That's all we needed. That's it. Just do it. I mean, just like that. We're good with that.
Darrell Williams struggled at right tackle. Like the pick that Josh threw in the red zone was because he got hit. I mean, granted, he was looking for Diggs, and you saw him looking left,
yeah.
and he had Manny Sands running the dig wide open, but he didn't come off of him soon enough, and he got hit, ball went up in the air, got picked. It happens.
Yeah. Yep.
So I like this one. Yeah, Ford should allow 0 sacks from the bench this week too.
Right. Yeah, I love that. That's a great. That's he's doing his job.
Yes, I agree. Triggs said people need to stop comparing New England's run game to the Colts and Titans.
It's not even.
It's not even the same. It's not even the same. But
they got good line now.
They do. Let's go back and finish up on this. My X factors were Knox and Edmonds. Knox with his 2 tutties. And Edmonds played a solid game.
Yeah. You got it on the Knox and the touch. Yep. I love Knox, man. He's coming back. His hand's still swollen like a motherfucker. But
dude, it was nasty. I mean, that thing was huge. That thing was huge. From the prediction standpoint, you had a 37-14. I had 20-13. I guess you came the closest to the actual score. So, we'll give you the check mark for that. So, a couple things on there. I felt like the Bills, they were just dominant. Offense, defense. It wasn't really even a game. Like, I was worried going into that, and I think Paul talked about this at his post-game show. He's like, I was just worked myself up, made myself worried for nothing. Wasn't sure what we were going to get after. I mean, hell, Jacksonville beat us 9-6, so wasn't exactly sure what we were going to get. They just came out on Thanksgiving, they executed and ran away with it. So I
told you though. I told you. I saw that game going that way. I did. I told you guys. I thought that was a perfect bounce back game and a perfect, by the way, in a dome, right? So there was like perfect bounce back game from the Colts game, right? Like, so there's no excuses, right? The player's going to have to catch the ball. They're shouldn't have many drops. But obviously this week, Mikey, which we'll get into.
Yep, when we'll get there. Scott, we'll get to it. I don't know if he's going to modify his prediction, even though it's going to be bad weather. He's still probably going to pop up with like a 60-0 win because this is Tommy. But we'll get there. So I really didn't take much from the Saints game. Ultimately, we did what we were supposed to do. We went out there, we smacked them. I was some of the things that we were talking about is like we had to be more as physical with them because we knew their defense was good. Right. Go out and match their physicality, and we did that. And at the end of the day, that's what we were looking for. So I don't think that's a signature win or anything like that, but we did what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, man, this O-line, it's really the trenches. It's about winning the trenches, right? Like, so the O-line and our overpriced, overpaid D-line have to start playing angry, man. They have to start,
it's funny,
playing with some aggression and hard, and they got to, because they're getting pushed around, man. And I hate seeing it because it's like, my God, like we're paying, especially the D-line. O-line, it is what it is. We have what we have. But the D-line, they're supposed to be better. Like, that's why we paid you. And
I heard a stat. I heard a stat the other day, and they were talking about the D-line. And did you know Buffalo ranks #1 in pressure rate this year?
Pressure rate, yes. That doesn't mean we're closing the show.
Well, you have to remember, Buffalo also is playing quarterbacks who get the ball out in 2.5 seconds.
No, I get it. Listen, remember we talked about this last week, I think. I told you. I'm good with that. We're just not a sack team. And I'm fine with that. If our defense could continue to play like they've been playing, besides a couple bad games, I'm okay with that. If that, because we've never been for some reason a sack heavy defense, right? Like we're just a pressure zone type of defense, that's fine. Hey, keep it up, man. I'm good with that.
You're right. Jonathan comes in and says Knox should have had 3 touchdowns. That stupid screen pass that Breida went the wrong way and Josh threw the touchdown, and then the next play interception for Allen. So you're right.
Yeah,
he should have.
I thought the only thing in that game that I didn't like, only thing is I thought he was forcing a little bit too much to Diggs, trying to get Diggs the ball. And you don't need to do that. Like we talked about this. I want Diggs involved. I want him to get him involved early, but don't force it to Diggs the whole time. Like if it's not there, you got playmakers all over the field. You should know that. Like Beasley's there. Like go off your reads. Don't just I got to get the Diggs. Now I have to. Because now defenses are like, okay, he's going to force it. He's going to force it. And he did, I felt like a few times in that game. And I'm he learned from that, watched the film, and don't force it to him. Just he's going to get open. Diggs is one of the best route runners in the game, but don't force it.
You see, and I think that what's happening, honestly, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, is because Josh is now looking to Diggs first. Before, he wasn't. He was just going straight to Beasley and Sanders. And they're like, okay, we need to get Diggs involved. So he's trying to get him involved early so it gets him in rhythm with Diggs, because the more he left and went to Sanders and Beasley and didn't get Diggs involved, they never got him involved later in the game either. So I think that's the reason why he was doing it. Although there are times to do it and times not to. And a couple of them, I was like, you probably shouldn't have thrown that one.
Right.
Like the first interception, that was on Diggs. Josh thought he was
going
in.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
I mean, that was
miscommunication. Yeah, that's all it was on that one. Yeah.
But, I agree. You don't got to force it to him, but I like that they're starting to make him a priority back in this passing game. Scott comes in with a super chat. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate it always. Says, in my opinion, here's the deal. The Bills have their underdog edge back with the Mafia hype this week. Relatively healthy. I expect a huge game. And you know what? That is a big, big piece. That underdog, no one's picking the Bills.
I know.
Everyone jumped off the Bills train, and it's Mac. It's gonna be Mac versus Brady in the Super Bowl. Belichick versus Brady. That's all you're hearing.
Yeah.
Because they beat a depleted Titans team who had no Henry, no Brown, or no Julio.
Exactly.
You know who else beat that team? The Jets.
Right. 100%. Listen, and we almost beat the Titans. We should have beaten the Titans on their best day, by the way. Everybody healthy in Tennessee. And we came up short because of the red zone. But listen, I was saying the other day on my show, it's been a wild ride, this whole NFL. Guys, not just the Bills. I get we're Bills fans. We're angry because we had such high expectations. But I think almost every AFC team, even NFC team, it's been crazy. Tampa Bay is losing games they shouldn't lose. Ravens are losing games they shouldn't lose. Buffalo, right? We're losing games we shouldn't lose. Pittsburgh's winning and losing games and tying the Lions. It's a wild. This is a crazy bounce back 2021 season. It's not like the 2020 season. It's not going smooth. It's crazy, man. This is I did not think we'd be here, Mikey. I'll be honest. I thought we'd be up by 3 games at least at this point, but it's been one of those seasons.
And you know what? And it's not even so much that the Bills have. I mean, they've dropped the one to Jacksonville. That's been really bad. Other than that,
the Pittsburgh game. I would like that back. The Titans game, I would like back.
Well, yeah,
that was a win.
The things happen during the season.
No, I get it.
The Jacksonville one's really bad.
No, that one hurts the most. I get that. That was a game. Come on.
You know what? You got to tip your cap to the Patriots. They've put together, some solid, a solid run. They're what, six game win streak. They went 2-4, and now they're 8-4.
Yeah, which we'll get into later. But they're playing. They're coaching Mac Jones perfectly. Like their play calling is well suited for him. Put it that way.
A bunch of 10-yard throws and run after the catch.
That's all. Yep. That's all it is.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. The last thing I had for the recap and the biggest takeaway from the whole game is Trey's injury. Like I don't feel that it's gonna be the crippler. Like, oh, we're done for the year and our defense is gonna go from top 3 to bottom 3 because Dane came in and did just fine. I don't know if we'll be able to do some of the things we have done because we've been able to put Trey on an island at times and do some cool stuff with our safeties. But yeah. I don't know if it's going to completely change what we do.
I think we'll be okay. Personally, it's a huge loss, and I'm not saying like, oh, who cares? Like, it's a huge loss, no doubt about it. Trey is one of the best corners in the league, but we have a veteran safety duo back there, Jordan Poyer, Mike Hyde. I'm more than confident that Levi Wallace can handle his business. Teron Johnson, listen, we paid him for a reason. He's going to be okay. He's going to fill in just fine. Dane Jackson. Yeah, I think Dane Jackson. No, I'm just saying, like overall, like however we shift him around. I think Dane Jackson is an upcoming guy with I think has a ceiling to him. So
here's what we're going to find out right now. Everyone, you have 2 camps. You have we need to draft a high end CB2. Then you have the camp of Dane Jackson could be that guy. Well, guess what? We're about to find out.
But I don't think you're going to find out this game.
No. I'm saying the rest of the year. We're going to find out if Dane Jackson is going to be our CB2 moving forward.
Yeah. I think this game, the corners are going to be fine because the New England's not that kind of. I think we'll be able to we match up very well against the receivers. It's the tight ends that's going to be what we're going to have to worry about, and the linebackers. It's going
to be Milano and it's going to be Milano and Teron.
Yeah, Teron. I'm sorry, Teron.
Because they run a lot of two tight ends, 2 receiver sets.
Correct.
So when we play nickel, so that means Teron Johnson's going to be on either Janu or Hunter Henry or one of the backs coming out of the backfield. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
but those were the main ones that I had for the remaining recap. Did you have anything else from last week that you want to talk about before we move into this week's game?
I thought Marquez played good, except for the oopsie drop there that we were. It was funny because me and Mikey were going back and forth during the game. And I swear to God, guys, he tweeted me. He's like, "Hey, Marquez Stevenson, no drops, buddy, no mo," and proved the very next play.
That one's on me. That one was on me.
I said, "God damn you, Mikey!" But no, I thought he played well for his first game, mind you. You got to remember, guys, first NFL game, don't count preseason. That's nothing. I'm sure the jitters were there. I'm sure he was a little, but that should be out of his system now, hopefully. I will say this, though. I'm very curious how he handles the punt returns in Buffalo in the wind and rain. And I really want to know if I'm curious if McDermott puts in Hyde on punt returns in this game to play it safe because of the weather and wind. I'm just saying, because you drop a ball there, field position is going to be. I'm going to tell you guys, field position in this game is going to mean everything. Special teams is going to be a big part in this game. I promise you. Field position will mean a lot. You start at the 20, it's a long drive. You start at the 40, 50, right? Team's going to score. So special teams are going to play a big role in this game. A big role. I'm telling you right now. So if he's back there fielding, he better do it right. That's all I'm saying. You can't muff a football there. Slippery, wet, windy. Bro, that ball's going to go,
That's a Bon Jovi CD, Slippery when wet.
Yeah, well, F Bon Jovi.
So I will tell you, I'm waiting for the time that we get both McKenzie and Stevenson out there together. I could see a time where Stevenson's handling the kickoffs and McKenzie's handling the returns. I want to see. I don't want McKenzie on the bench because McKenzie adds something to the offense. The jet sweeps. He can play the slot. He's shifty. Like I want to see McKenzie. Added to this offense. I want to see him incorporated more. If they don't like him returning kicks, fine. Put Stevenson back there. Put Hyde back there to fair catch only. That's fine. I don't care. Whatever. I need to see McKenzie active and in the game plan.
Yeah. By the way, DM, I hear you, but he's done it forever since he's been on the team. McDermott trusts him, and then also, by the way, Jordan Poyer still plays special teams. So
yeah, well, not only that, but Hyde has never returned one. He's never actually. No,
but he's just safe.
It's always been a fair catch.
No, but that's fine. Like that's McDermott's he's a sure-handed guy. By the way, I think Hyde even plays onside kicks because he knows he's so sure-handed. Like he's the one guy. It's not gonna like McDermott. I think trusts the most that won't drop the ball on a kick. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying don't be shocked because let's say God forbid Stevenson drops one or something. I promise you Hyde will be on the very next punt return. I'll bet you anything.
I wouldn't mind, especially with the bad weather this week, I wouldn't mind seeing guys just fair catch the ball and make sure that the offense gets it.
Yeah,
because the way both the Bills and the Patriots are on special teams, they're two of the top 3 teams in the NFL this year. That could be the difference in winning and losing.
Right, 100%. That's what I'm saying. 100%, bro. Field position is going to be everything in this game. I will say, one more thing real quick on that game and what I've been noticing the last 3 weeks, and maybe some people aren't really noticing it. It's kind of funny. They're having Tyler Bass on kickoffs. I don't know if you guys see this, but he's kicking it purposely short.
Yeah.
To like the 5 or 10.
And he sits it between the 5 and the end zone and making them.
I love it.
Make them return it. Yeah.
Yes, I actually like it. And a matter of fact, too, I almost feel like we're kind of taking a spin off Washington because some of those kicks he's doing it really, really high to like the 5 or 10 to get our special teams down there. I love it. I do that every fucking time.
We're pinning them inside the 20 lately.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. Right. That's sometimes the 15, the 10, depending on how fast we get down there. But
we did that really well against the Saints, but when we did that against the Colts, they brought it out to like the 35.
No, right. On the opening but then if it doesn't work, you kick one, then you kick the next one deep. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying like that. It's great. I just like that. That option that Bass can bring us.
Yeah, no, it's I like it. Smart. I like what they're doing there. Yeah. So that covers it. Let's hit the injury report. So for the Bills, Gilliam and Starr are both limited. We won't actually have the official game designation until after tomorrow's practice, since they play Monday night. But those two were limited. They've had a couple of vet rest days. Milano's still taking it easy because of his shoulder, but I foresee them all being active.
It's you know how this guys, right? That's why it was funny when I saw that. I'm like, yo, this is typical coaching. Yeah, like the last second. So
I could see Gilliam. If his ankle's bothering him, not play because they can activate somebody else, and he can be one of the inactive players that week. And I don't think it's going to kill us too much if we do that. For the Patriots, there was 13 guys limited. There was nobody that didn't practice. There was nobody that was considered injured but full practice. There's 13 guys limited, and they range from I think there's like 6 starters that were limited, and they have no idea if any of them are going to be full go or not because the Patriots don't give you any hint whatsoever.
Oh, well, McDermott does the same thing though.
Yeah,
or he's not going to give that.
So we don't.
By the way, I do say real quick, remember I told you I'm superstitious, so I changed my jersey to my JP Lossman. You guys can thank Lossman because we won that game. So the Lossman jersey stays on. All right. Rest of the season, we're not losing another game.
Yeah, Spin brings up a good point here too, talking about that kickoffs thing for Bass. With 25-mile-an-hour winds, it's gonna be tough to pin them short like that with the winds going crazy. So
I still kick the shit. I still kick it. I kick it really high in the air. Why not? Bro, the Washington game was windy. Same thing.
But what if it goes out of bounds? Then they get it at the 40.
Not if you know how to kick right. He'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. I guarantee they do that. They're not going to kick it out of bounds. I'll almost promise you they won't. Not the beginning.
Out of bounds multiple times this year.
Yeah, but not lately. They've been kicking it very short lately. They looking back at the last 3 or 4 games, they all been short kicks. We've been playing well, except for the one Colt return. I still thought, but that game was a whole disaster.
So I want to touch on Trick's question here. What defensive philosophy do you think we're going to use? Do you think it's going to be a McDermott philosophy, or do you think it's going to be a Frazier philosophy? Because this was brought up in the Shout podcast and a couple other ones that I've heard that they were talking about. Some people think that McDermott's just going to turn it over to Frazier and let him do whatever he wants. I think they're gonna mold the two like they have. I think they're gonna figure out one together.
That's never happened.
What?
By the way, that's never happened. McDermott's always involved with the defense. I don't want to hear that.
Well, no, I mean McDermott's philosophy very much is rush 4, drop, drop 7, to where Frazier's philosophy is more of stunts and blitzes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think they will use a little bit more of that design in this game, because Mac Jones' completion percentage is way, way different when he's pressured. I mean, it gets really bad. So, I would not mind like a safety blitz, like a design safety blitz when he's not expecting it. But yeah, no, you got to. You have to. You can't keep Mac Jones clean back there. And I'll tell you, like, bro, Frazier's great at these kind of quarterbacks. Inexperienced or rookie quarterbacks, we've played them very well. So I don't think Mac Jones is going to beat us this game. If anyone's good, this game's going to boil down to the trenches, man. It's all I'm telling you right now. It's going to come down to the running backs in New England and the tight ends. If we could control that aspect, keep them out of the end zone. By the way, I got to say this too. New England is like 24th in their red zone touchdown percentage. They're bad. So if we can continue to keep them at that percentage, we will be just fine, guys. Buffalo, by the way, is number 11 now. So we're improving. That's a good thing, guys. So I don't want to always shit on this team on the red zones. If I see improvement, I'm going to tell you. So we're ranked 11 now. So, hey, that golf clap.
Yeah. And, Jonathan comes in and actually brings up a good point here. We got to keep an eye on the COVID test for the Patriots because Duggar just got hit with that. And that could be just a solo thing, or it could, bring some more people in that defensive back room out. And that's one area they can't afford to lose people is in that defensive back room.
Yeah, I agree, but listen, man, I'm not rooting for anybody to be out or whatever. No, just bring it. Let's bring it. Let's go at it. Let's get our division back.
I want them to be full health. I want with us full health, and we go out there and we smack them down.
Exactly.
Show them that we still own the East because
you got it.
I'll tell you. The Patriots fans, man, have gotten super cocky.
Over
the last 6 weeks. You didn't hear nothing from them, and now they just don't shut up.
They're full of themselves. Yeah, we got to put them back down to reality, man. Put them back down to earth, right?
Like they
if we don't, I'm gonna tell you though. I'm gonna tell you, Bills Mafia. We lose this game.
Be ready.
It's battling for a wild card at that point. I'm telling you, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not being a Debbie Downer, but going down a game and a half, they got a cushy schedule after us. It's
just so you know, we could lose this game and still be fine.
Yeah, for a wild card, but we're still a game and a half away.
They have to sweep us to take the division. And unless we just completely shit the bed, they have to sweep us to take the division. We have 0 losses in our division.
Yeah,
they have 1.
But we still got to play Tampa, Carolina, New England again. It's not that easy of a road. And by the way, the Falcons.
We have Tampa and New England are 2 toughest things.
But Carolina's not that
who
much.
Doesn't have a quarterback. Who doesn't have a quarterback or CMC.
Their defense is. No, I know that, but I'm saying.
Is their defense better than the Saints' defense? Because their offense is pretty much the same thing.
It's okay. I mean, yeah, I would say so. Yeah. So I mean, we should be okay. I'm just saying it's not a pushover game. Okay. We all thought Jacksonville would be a pushover game. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not saying any of them pushes. I'm just saying the way this is lined up. If we say we just tie at the end, we will beat the.
Oh, I get it
because of our division. Yeah. Because we'll have division. They have to sweep us to get us to take the division.
Yeah. No, I get that, but I still want this win.
I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to win anyway. So
going with Lossman jersey. Yes, you see, Mr. Diggs knows the Lossman is what is going to guide us to the Super Bowl, guys. I told you guys.
Mr. Diggs, hit him hard, hit him a lot, hold. I want us to get physical with those guys because that's 100%. What they do. Just stay physical. Yeah. Make them throw the flags on you. Make it. Like play the KC game.
Yeah, 100%. Play like KC, man. But listen, I don't mind penalties if they're like that. Like you're playing a little bit too physical, you're a little bit too mad. Maybe you toss somebody a little late. I'm good with that. I'm okay if that's what's motivating you. Mm-hmm. I don't like penalties when they're fucking retarded penalties, like Deion Dawkins holding, or fucking Daryl Williams holding on a where he shouldn't have had a hold on Josh Allen running like those are dumb penalties. But I don't mind the penalties like when we played KC, we were being a little bit too rough. Hey, I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Spin comes in and says Mac Jones is struggling picking up the edge blitzes.
Yes, he doesn't see him.
He doesn't see him coming yet.
Bring it. That's what I'm saying. Bring him from different directions. But Frazier, I'm telling you guys, Mac Jones is not going to – we're not going to lose because of Mac Jones. And by the way, I got to tell you guys this too. Look at all of Buffalo Bills' losses. Every single one of them, right? Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Jacksonville. All these losses. Indianapolis. The quarterbacks have done nothing against us. They've all had pretty bad games, to be honest with you. It was the other dimensions of the game that beat us. The running game, our offense was bad in the red zone. So I'm telling you, we're not going to lose because of a quarterback. It's not happening. So Mac Jones especially is not going to beat us. It's not happening. At least that's how I see it.
Yeah, and going back to Trig's question, he comes in and says the reason why he's asking is because of the loss of Trey, and I could see us dropping more. I also think they have so much trust in the players. It's next man up. We've seen it so many times where they don't change their philosophy and they just next man up. They plug him in. Now Trey is someone we're gonna miss Trey. He's an all pro. We're gonna miss him. It's just a matter of what they decide to do, and can Dane Jackson or whoever's gonna be his replacement isn't gonna be Trey White. We don't have a CB1 anymore. We have a bunch of CB2s. So you know what? Right. Let's play that way. Let's scheme it up and shut him down.
Right. No, 100%. Our defense, when a man's been out for the most part, the next man up mentality has worked very well for this Buffalo Bills defense. It's the offense next man up that's been failing. So I think we'll be fine. I swear to you, the defense will be just fine. I think the defense will handle their job. This boils down to the offense. I'm telling you, especially this game, it's how the offense plays.
Yeah. And I like what Scott says here. He comes in and says, with the weather, don't be surprised if all 3 running backs are active.
I hope not. I'm not.
If it
not
brings
if he's running
snow, if it brings
that's
snow,
true. He may. Yeah, you're right.
Breida is not that type of back. That's a Zach Moss type. That's Zach Moss.
Yeah, but
that Singletary type of.
Yeah, but I will say this though, not really, because Breida, you could do a lot of, if it's a snowing game, shitty game like that, you could do a lot of screen passes to Breida, who's a lot quicker than a Zach Moss or Devin Singletary, who will get chunk yards, especially in the snow. You guys remember when LaShawn McCoy, who has the speed, had the burst, that was the reason why he won that snow game a couple years back. I think Breida will play way better than a Moss, but I can understand that point too. Have all three in. You never on a short yardage play, but man, Moss has been so bad, guys. He's averaging like 2.1 a carry. It's basically nothing. You're basically, you might as well not run with him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and Zach, I saw your things. He's late to the show. We appreciate you jumping in when you could. 13 players, New England players limited. Yeah, 13 were limited. But really? 1 year Tom Brady was on the injury report all year, and he never missed a game. So you never know with Belichick on who's going to play and who's not going to play. But they have 13 players. I wasn't going to list them all in the bottom scroll when I saw how many there were. So I'm like, okay, it's one of those. It happens. Yep. It's like six starters and a bunch of reserves.
Yeah.
Going back to the run game, Spin comes in and says that our run game will fail if we try to use three backs. I do agree with that. I don't mind having three backs active. I don't think we need to use three backs.
Yes, that I agree. That's perfect. Thank you, Mikey.
Yeah,
100%. Have Moss active, but I wouldn't use him as much as maybe if it's a goal line or a short run.
But fine. I don't even want to. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't even want to see him doing that. In a game like this, in bad weather, I want to see us run a power sweep with Josh. Don't give the ball to Moss.
That's so sad we say that, but I get it. No, I agree. I agree with you, but it's so sad. You shouldn't say that. Like, we shouldn't. Golly, man. Like that's why we drafted him.
I like Moss. I do. Our offensive line isn't built for power run games with the offensive, with the running backs. Our best power game is that pull everybody and let Josh get behind him and find the hole.
Yeah. No, I agree. No, that's why I keep saying, get him the fuck out of the pocket, because the line protects so much better when they're running out. I love it, bro. Especially now that you're right. With Spencer Brown being back, bro, like we're a way different team when we're doing those runs to the outside. Way different. Spencer Brown is a dog out there, bro. That guy runs like a tight end. 100%, bro. Everything in the middle, though, is a fucking disaster. Don't go. Just get out of it. Roll to the outside, bro. The middle is not working, bro.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. It happens.
He's a good point with Gilliam.
That's
100%.
Like I said, having three running backs active is fine. I don't think we need to rotate three running backs in the game. Having an extra one there in case something happens is fine with me. I'm good with that.
You know what I like? What play I like, Mikey, real quick? I hate to say it's from another team. Like, I wish we kind of implemented it, but maybe we don't have the player to do it. But Miami does a play on goal line where they put Christian Wilkins in as a fullback. Yeah. And my God, we
used to do that with Kyle Williams.
I would, so I'm saying, I would absolutely love for them to put that in on short yardage plays. A big fucking defense.
So have our beef up front. Have Bates as the extra tight end, and then bring in like a
Boogie or something, or Bada or something. I mean, those are big guys. They're speedy. They're bigger dudes.
You know who might actually fit that role really well would be Oliver. Because he's so explosive.
You're right. He is. You're 100. Mikey. I'm loving Mikey tonight, guys. Mikey's bringing it tonight. Yeah, but no, I can see right.
Oliver. He's that type of guy.
He's like a big kind of. He's kind of small, but he's stocky as fuck.
And he's explosive.
And he can bulldoze, bro. You 100%. See, why don't they implement that? Just put him in there and let him block. You're telling me he can't block?
Or give him the ball. Let him run fools over.
Right. Dude, I would love to see
Give him the rock.
Like, you know what? They should do that in a game where we're ahead. Way ahead. Put him in there on a goal line and see what happens. Seriously.
Yep.
Even as a block. Yeah.
Spin Gibbon says give Ed Oliver a TD.
Why not, dude? Why not?
You know,
I think it
Star.
works.
I don't think they would do it with Star.
No.
I don't.
I think
although
you're right with Ed.
I think Ed is probably our best defensive lineman. That would be ideal for that because he's kind of he's stocky and explosive.
Too, by the way, and he's low.
Yeah,
he's short. He, you know what I mean. He can get down and fucking.
He's also
really
an
in
athlete.
Your chest.
He's also that athlete that can get away with something like that.
Yes, dude. I'm telling you, man.
I bet you Ed Oliver played running back in high school. He just has he has that.
You know what else? And one more thing too, we don't really do much. Maybe it's just not in Dable's system. What do they call it? The Dolphins do. I keep going back to Dolphins. The Wildcat. I would love Breida in the Wildcat here and there because it would. I'm telling you, Wildcat works more than you guys think. It always picks up a couple yards at minimum. We just never play the wild card. You notice that? Never. We never do the wild card. I would love it here and there. Yeah, the Wildcat. Sorry, the Wildcat.
Who's going to run the Wildcat?
I would do Breida. Seriously, because nine times out of 10 you're running the ball.
We run a Wildcat every play when you have Josh Allen. He's better running back than most people who run the Wildcat.
No, I know, but it's different. Come on, Matt Breida over Allen or speed, like you know what I'm saying. And Allen could catch passes. We've seen it.
So you're saying have the two backs lined up next to each other, have Josh motion out, and then run it, and either throw the quick pass out to Allen or run the RPO.
Yes, bro. Do you know what I will say this about Dable, and he hasn't done it this year, and you agree with me. He used to be a little bit more creative with those kind of like designs last season. Even in 2019, he would do stuff like that, like bring a little more creativity. And I'm not saying doing it like constantly, but he hasn't really done it much this season. It's been very basic football.
Trust process came in and says
he was done with that. Yeah, but that was the first game.
We did that week one, and it didn't work. And we're like, yeah, no, don't do that again.
He gave up everything. He's like, nothing, no more. I'm not doing anything special anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Tim Ellis comes in and says we haven't done any serious Wildcats since Brad Smith.
I forgot about Brad Smith. My God, that's a great.
Brad Smith was the quarterback in our last snow game.
Yes.
And that's all we ran was the Wildcat for the rest of the game.
I forgot all about him. My God, he came from the Jets, right? Yep. He used to play for the Jets.
Yep.
My God, you guys are throwing it back. I love it, man. It's great memories. It really is. I love it.
So up here, I believe it was Blakely came in. Scott Blakely comes in and says, anyone predict before the season that Star, Knox, and Spencer would be keys to our success? I knew Star would be because we watched it last year. I hoped Knox would be better. Spencer Brown, I'll tell you, I was completely wrong on the guy. I thought we were going to need a whole season to let him like redshirt this season to figure it out. Yep. Seeing what he's done so quickly has been impressive to me. Knowing that he came from 8-man football in high school into a Division II school. And then miss last year, and then come to the pros and be a starter in year one.
Right by your third game, game, whatever it was.
And when he played 8-man football, he was a tight end. He wasn't even a lineman.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we all knew the ceiling was high on him.
Mm-hmm.
But just like you, I was thinking, okay, they're gonna stash this guy away.
Yeah.
And they're gonna
let him be the swing guy.
Yeah,
let him be the swing guy if we need him.
Yeah.
Let him learn.
But my God, he blossomed. If we're going to use any word, he blossomed very quickly.
He spent last year with the left tackle for the 49ers. I'm trying to think of his name. He's the all-pro left tackle, Staley. Joe Staley. He was the 49ers left tackle for years and years and years.
And he played the Senior Bowl too, I think, too. That helped.
Yeah, he played in the Senior Bowl, looked really good in the Senior Bowl. But he spent all of last year working with Joe Staley, and Joe Staley helped bring him along. And
that's a fucking
yeah.
It's a hell of a player.
Yeah. If you're gonna learn, those are the type of guys you want to learn from.
No, he's super athletic guys. He's and I by the way, he's still learning. Like this is not the best of Spencer Brown. Like he's only going to get better.
Trigg says no more Allen scoring touchdowns. Every time he catches a TD, we lose. Do not let him catch another touchdown. He's right. He's caught 3 touchdowns, or actually every time he catches a pass, we lose because he has 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion, and we've lost every time.
God damn it!
So you're right, Triggs. No Allen, catches. No catches for Allen. Let him do all the running and throwing. Trust me, New England's going to stuff like that. Sunday against the Titans. Oh, they're going to. Yeah, I have the feeling the Patriots are looking at the Titans game and looking at the Colts game and is going to try to mimic it.
I don't blame them.
They're not the same team.
No, they're first of all, there's no Derrick Henry in the backfield. 1, 2, there's no Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, right? They got a good O-line, no doubt. They got serviceable running backs, but I think we match up well. I'll be dead honest with you. I think.
Well, you have to remember,
yeah,
the Titans.
I don't see them going crazy on us.
Titans, it was 2 big runs by Henry that made them look so great.
But Jonathan Taylor was totally different.
Well, we also played.
By the way,
and Edmonds.
But any running back, even when they had their backups in, they were gashing us. I just think their O-line wore our D-line down so bad in that game. It didn't matter. I'll be honest with you. Now, obviously, Jonathan Taylor's a beast, but I'm just saying, like, we were beat so bad physically in the trenches. I almost think it could have been anyone back there. They would have got a decent amount of yards on us. Like, I mean, honestly, look at Cleveland. They had the 3rd string running back, and he had like 150 yards, and you never heard of him again. But that's because if he has a good O-line, they're going to get that. So that's what the Colts did to us. I don't think the Patriots are going to do that. I really don't. And in this game, I really think Frazier will understand the conditions, and he's going to know they're going to run it. They are definitely going to run the football. I'm telling you right now, they're going to throw short, and their tight ends are going to be involved. That's what this game's going to be all about.
And Nathan, we're not saying that the Patriots can't run the football. They're a good running team. They have a great offensive line.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying they're not the elite Titans or Colts run game.
Yeah, correct.
That's all I'm saying. I think they're
they can run. Yeah, they for sure. Yeah, but listen, who said that? I forget who's. They've been like that. They've been like that. New England's had. Listen, they've never had a good running back, but they've always had decent like games running. That's how New England is. They'll use a tight end as a running back for one game, and they'll still get decent yards because their offensive line is good. They have a good. I'm not going to knock their offensive line. Their offensive line is pretty good. That's why they're. But I don't think the running backs are dynamic. Is what I'm saying. They're not going to gash us like a Derrick Henry 75-yard run. I can't see it happening. That's all I'm saying about the run.
I mean, it says do not underestimate Raymond Stevenson.
His kids? What about his kids?
He says I think he's saying kid's a stud. I think that's where he's going with it. I mean,
I'm just fucking.
He's good, but he's also a 6th round pick for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He fits their system really well. He runs really hard. He's a big guy. He's hard to tackle.
He's a Belichick guy. He's a Belichick.
He's not overly explosive like a Henry. That's all we're saying.
He's doing.
We're not knocking the 100%. Patriots run game. We're not saying that the running backs are bad because they're not. They fit the system that they're in. They're great. Yep. They're great. Patriot running backs. That's what they do. That's what the Patriots do. Much like Denver did for years.
That's my point. They've done it for years. Bill Belichick gets the most out of players that aren't supposed to be good. I'll be honest. That's why he's one of the greatest coaches or the greatest coach of all time. Mm-hmm. Like, he gets his team, guys that you wouldn't think would play good are playing good. Offensive line that have been cut on other teams are playing very well for Bill Belichick. Same with the defensive players. Like, they just play good for Bill Belichick. I don't know what it is. He just brings out the best of his players. It's true.
Stevenson was a 3rd round pick?
Oh, calling you out, Mikey. You better know your facts. See, I didn't say it.
I'll tell you. I am a big draft guy. He didn't pop up on my radar at all last year. So I don't know much. I know he came from Oklahoma, but I don't know much more about him. I know he runs hard. You know, like from what I've seen from the Patriots games that I've watched, he runs really hard. He does. You know, he follows his blockers. He does what he's supposed to do. I don't see him as a Derrick Henry or Jonathan Taylor. So that's not knocking the guy. You're talking about two of the best running backs in the game.
Right. Exactly.
Not knocking the guy.
Exactly.
You know, hey, good for them. They found another guy. You know, they got Damian Harris from Alabama in like the 5th round a couple years ago, and he turned out to be good too. They're very much.
By the way,
the Broncos.
We average more yards rushing. The Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. So they're not. My point is they're not. They're just a balanced team. They're not this almighty running team. They're not that. They average 115 a game. We average 118. Are you saying that the Buffalo Bills are this dynamic running team?
We're not.
So exactly my point. But we're better than the Patriots. So my point is, I think we match up well. This is not a Derrick Henry or Jonathan Taylor. I'm not saying they suck.
Josh Allen has most of those yards. Touche.
No, it's true, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The stats are the stats. I'm just throwing that out there. 115 is nothing to write home about. That's all I'm saying.
Dustin Lines.
By the way, they're 24th in red zone too.
was the 120th pick, which is the 4th round.
Yeah, but he's not a running back. Stevenson's
Marquez
Stevenson, or is he talking about their guy?
Dude,
okay. Stevenson was a 6th round pick, I think.
We're talking about their guy. Stevenson.
4th round. I thought he said 3rd round. Somebody said.
Dustin Cummins says he was 120th pick, which is the 4th round.
All right. Well, 3rd or 4th, it doesn't matter. I just don't.
I wasn't trying to knock the guy. The guy's fine. All I'm saying is he's not the elite running back that King Henry and Jonathan Taylor is. That's all I was saying.
They're okay. What's he averaging? I didn't pull up his stats, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
I'm curious. I'm pulling it up. You continue.
I will.
Because right
here it says Singletary and Moss would be studs in a Belichick system. You know what?
100%.
Right, because they have an offensive line that can block. Dude, you crap on Moss every week. Stop it. Stop it, Tommy. Just stop it. Moss
I like him too.
Back.
I got his jersey.
Moss is a good back. The problem is Moss can't make his own yards. And our interior offensive line, he's better running inside, and our interior offensive line isn't that great. They're not dominant run blockers. They don't leave the holes open. That's all. So stop knocking Moss, Tommy.
I mean, Stevenson's okay. He's averaging 4.6. By the way, Singletary's 5.
CR
3 touchdowns.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, 350. No, I'm just saying 4.6 on the year, 350 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns.
For Stevenson, how many carries?
Yeah, 76. 76.
Yeah, I know he fumbled early in the year, then they benched him for a few games.
Yeah, 76. So he's as far as like his logs go, his best game rushing, he had 1 game for 100 yards. Other than that, it's been 46, 50, 23, 23, 23, 60, a couple 60 yard. Nothing to write home about. Once again, I think he just works well in Belichick's system. He's a Belichick kind of guy. I'm telling you, he if this guy Stevenson was on our team, guys, you would be like, cut Stevenson, put him on the bench. I'm telling you,
much like we do with Moss.
Right.
Saying, I hate Moss.
Right.
And you know what?
Nathan
S makes a great point. Stevenson's a good back. He played in Oklahoma. They don't run the ball in Oklahoma. They throw the ball a lot. So, he makes a good point there. It could be why I don't know much about him.
Correct. Yeah, I'm not an expert at Stevenson.
Trust is all I'm saying is you're crazy if you don't think Belichick's going to throw trick plays at Buffalo.
Of course
you
is.
Expect the unexpected when it comes to Belichick.
Right. I also expect cameras in our training, in our practice this week. Check those footballs.
Okay, the whole thing about this, we weren't trying to knock anybody's backs. That's not what we were saying. We were talking about the difference between the Patriots run game versus the Colts and the Titans run game. They're not the same.
Boy.
That's not the same. Which I love when the chat gets involved and we start having these conversations. Because you know what? At a tailgate, this is exactly what would happen. Someone would pull out their phone and say, let me fact check you.
All right.
So at the end of the day, it is what it is. And stop hating on Moss. We're going to need Moss at some point.
Yeah, for a trade.
God, you
for
are
a fifth round
hater. For someone who gets mad at everyone hating on Singletary, you hate on Moss constantly. And
because he's trying to take my boy's job.
You were so defensive over Singletary when we were hating on Singletary. And here you are, presenting the Moss.
If you got the nickname the Motor. Come on, man. You guys are hating on him. What's wrong with you guys?
Oh, Scott Blakely comes in and says, we're all looking for that business decision on Moss. He got inactive. Yeah. Ouch, you guys are rough.
Right. I told you. Hey, Fromm, by the way, good news for all Bills Mafia. For Jake Fromm is officially off the team.
Yes. Yeah, Fromm is gone. T-Dobbs comes in and says, this is the first and last show I've watched discussing this Bills Patriots game. Too much hype out there. I'm not afraid of the Pats. We'll find out Monday. And T-Dobbs, I agree 1,000%. And we started this whole thing off talking about the hype, people crowning them. The Bills now back in the underdog role. Like, people jumped off the bandwagon. Pump the brakes on the Patriots. They were 2-4 when they played some good teams.
They lost to the Dolphins, too. So relax.
They pump the brakes. We'll see what they're made of come Monday night.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. 100%, Mikey. That's what I'm saying. I do think this is a must win in a way because, man, we can't at home. It's just going to show, bro. If we lose bad, let's say. It's not good.
We're not going to lose. Get that out of your mindset right now. If
we're not losing, I got the game 55-2. No, I'm just joking.
And to answer your question, Scott comes in and asks us, where did Fromm go? Fromm is with the Giants now. He's their number 2 quarterback.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is out. So Fromm was signed off our practice squad and is the QB2 for the New York Giants this weekend.
You might see some.
the New Jersey Giants.
Yep.
Dan comes in and says the Pats are huffing their own farts bad. Yeah, they're puffing their chests out. I don't know if anyone saw Devin McCourty go on on some of the media shows. He's talking about how Daniel Jones is going to shut everyone up this week, and he's going to show them why they're the that they're the top dogs. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, buddy. We'll see.
Right. Exactly.
Zero expectations from Mike. I'm keeping that line. I have zero expectations.
Oh man.
Yeah, the media has been hard on the Patriots since their 3-game win streak. For the last 3 weeks, they've been having a hard on for them. They think they're the best team in the AFC. They've already crowned the it's going to be the Super Bowl. It's going to be Brady versus Belichick Super Bowl. Like, dude, What's that rant?
Are
good.
Patriots are rant?
Good. Yeah, which one?
That rant, Mikey. What is it? You're to crown their asses.
Yeah. They did. I don't know. But
the coach for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. Oh. Danny was it
Dennis
Green? They thought who we they are who we thought they were.
Crown their asses.
They are who we thought they were.
Right. Go on and crown them.
It's one of those things. The Patriots are a good team. I'm not going to say they're not because you know what?
Yeah.
They're on a 6-game win streak. You got to be playing good to be on a 6-game win streak.
Got to give them credit. You got to give them credit. We didn't think listen. We did not think, at least I did not think they would be where they're at right now in this in week 13. What are we, week 13 now, right? Week 13. I definitely didn't think they would be where they're at. But that goes to show you good coaching, guys. Good coaching means a lot, bro.
They also rebuilt that defense. They got back Hightower.
I agree, but I still don't think
they rebuilt that. Like, let's be perfectly honest. The Patriots are winning because their defense is really good and their 100%. Offense doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah, their defense is very good, and they're putting them in good field position.
Mm-hmm.
But by the way, I said it, and it's very important. Their red zone is very bad. They're like 26th in the league. So that goes to show you their offense is not that dynamic. And I think I got to say another thing in this game. Tackling. We've been much better this year, but tackling has to be very important in this game. You got to make the plays when you got the player. You got to make that tackle. Cannot let the missed tackles go by. You will lose that game. So tackling will I'm sure McDermott's been on them this week about tackling. 100%, bro.
Zach, you and me both, brother. I thought we'd have 10 wins by now too. I did not see us losing to Pittsburgh or the Jags.
Right.
I'm just gonna call it how it is.
Or the Colts. I didn't have us losing the Colts. I had us losing to the Titans and the earlier, before the game, before the season, the Titans and the Bucks. That's the only games I had us losing.
Oh, see, I had us losing 4 games total. I figured we would drop either one to the Chiefs or the Titans. I wasn't sure which. And then I figured we would, in this stretch, we would drop 2 over the, know, because it's hard to go, to sweep your division. Guys, we play them constantly. Yeah. So I figured we would probably drop one to the Patriots or the Dolphins, because we swept them last year. And then we would lose either to the Colts or the Saints or the Bucks or someone in this stretch. We would lose 1 or 2. But that was it. The loss to the Steelers, I was like, "Oh, ouch, okay. Didn't expect that." Mm-hmm. Then the loss to Jacksonville, I'm like, "Oh, ow, that one hurts bad."
Mm-hmm.
So
I will say this: thank God we got the Dolphins series over because they're playing good football right now. It's almost like they turned it. They started turning things around against us. That second game is where you saw the Dolphins defense starting to. That defense is good. I'm telling you guys.
No, they are.
Knock the Dolphins all you guys want. I'm not a Dolphins fan. I'm just saying their defense is pretty good. I just think they started off slow in the beginning of the year. But listen, that Patriots game, that first game, that's the Dolphins defense now that you're seeing. And they're going against the Patriots, by the way.
That Dolphins defense also tried to play against us. Josh Allen just owns them.
No, I get that. But I'm saying that second game, the Dolphins defense started showing out against us. It wasn't like we were crushing them. We won, but I'm just saying, like, they've been playing much better as a defensive unit.
Daniel Garland. They are who we thought they were.
There you go.
Yeah. There we go. Spin comes in and says something right here. He says the Pats' entire offense is yards after the catch. Mac Jones throws a quick hitter, and then the guys run. So if the Bills come up and make the tackles like we have been doing all year, that offense is going to struggle.
100%. Tackling is the key. 100%. Like I'm telling you, McDermott is on their asses about tackling this week, especially this game against this team. Because you're right, Mikey. They're going to throw short every time. That's their game. That's what they do. We cannot let their playmakers make plays on us. Got to make that tackle.
You can't let 4-yard slants go for 15 yards. You're absolutely right, Richard.
Yep.
You can't do that. You gotta be able to hit them, and you gotta be physical with the Patriots. That's the thing. The Patriots are a physical team. That's the way Belichick coaches them. They're physical. So you got to come out and match that mentality. You can't play soft. You know this. We need to go in and play like we did against the 49ers. You remember a couple of years last year when we went into Arizona, everyone's talking about we gotta be as physical as them, and we stepped up and we wiped the board with them, and then we went to the Patriots when we wiped the board with them because we got that physical mentality back. I'm hoping that's what we got last week when we played the Saints because they're a physical team.
Yeah.
Match that intensity, and we're going to be fine.
Yep.
Because we are a better roster. We are a better team. I truly believe
I agree.
that.
Yeah, I agree too. And we had a lot. By the way, a lot of time since the Saints game to get all of our little injuries out of the way, right? Rest up, game plan. Like, there's no excuse if we come out flat Monday night. Like, I don't want to hear it from anyone. We have
Stop
plenty
talking
of
about
time
us
to
losing.
prepare.
Stop talking about us.
We're not going to lose. I'm just bringing it up.
Stop talking about us losing. We're not going to lose. Stop it.
I get it. But I have to say it. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
Well, then I would be a homer if I didn't bring it up.
No, you can talk about that in your post-game show or your pre-game show on your channel. Stop talking about the on the show. Stop it. Jonathan comes in and says, full hot takes. Bills score in all 3 phases. I like it.
Look at that. Dane pick 6. Marquez Stevenson returns to the house. Allen 2 touchdowns, run, Bass 2 field goals, 34-17. I like it.
I like it.
I look at it.
That's how you stay positive, Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Keep talking about us losing. What's wrong with you?
I didn't say losing. Never said losing. I said if.
Stop it. If is not in our dictionary this week.
You're right. Yeah.
You know.
What's that? What's a
Tommy a 2 in ear?
What is that? Is that
what is that? A 2 in ear. That's what the Dolphins call Tua. The ones that support Tua. 2 in ears.
That's what they.
Tommy is terrible. A 2 in ear. Yes.
That's awful.
I think that is. Oh God.
2 in ear.
It's
what a terrible name. Is they really say that? 2 in ear?
Yes, it's a bunch of them. That's what they call them. They're 2 in ears. The people who support Tua, you know.
That is really cheesy. Thank God we have no.
Paul D. Josh needs to show us that $260 million player. Guess what, Paul?
He's been showing it. He's having a good season, though.
He's having a great season.
Yeah. I don't think he's. I think his completion percentage is 64%. Right?
62. 66 now.
Oh, okay. That's very good.
He has 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's 3rd in passing touchdowns. I think he's 6th in passing yards, not including his rushing yards. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
He has more turnovers. He has more interceptions this year. But, you know, interceptions seem to be up across the league this year for some reason.
Yeah, no, it is. I just think, like I said, I think we had such high expectations overall. I think that's why people are being, like, Bills fans are being a little bit too hard on the Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean? Overall. I mean, it's okay to criticize a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, I think they're worried a little bit too much because we're really, at this pace last year, we only had 1 more loss. Right? Yeah. That's it. So we're on the pretty much the same pace.
Well, last year we went 13-3.
That's what I'm saying. So, but it was the same pace. At this point, I think we only had 3 losses. We have 4 now. I mean, not bad. 7-4, guys, and that's not bad. It's not a bad record. It's just we had high expectations, so I think we expected more. And the Jags loss, you know, that stung, no doubt. But we'll be okay. I know we will.
Yeah.
Got to get our act together, though. Got to get tough. Got to win the trenches. That's it.
Got to play physical.
Got to play physical. Amen.
I like this one. T. Dobson says, need a big game out of Groot. You know, like he played against the Chiefs. He's been quiet. You know what? Epinessa's been quiet. Groot's been quiet. It's time for those guys, those young guys to step up. I mean, Epinessa's still getting pressure. He's just not getting any hits. Yeah. You know, it's you know, we get Star back, so you know, need Ed Oliver to continue to do what he's been doing. Like Ed's been a manimal.
Ed's been he's had a hell of a season. He's had a hell of a season. Ed's turned it around 360 this year. I mean, my God. I'm impressed what I see with
Max pass percentage is actually, I think, over 70 now. But he only throws, 10-yard routes.
Right, exactly.
So, but you know what? He functions within the offensive scheme, which is all they're asking him to do. Which
That's
is fine.
it. Game manager was what we call him.
And that's fine. That's all they want him to do. They say don't make mistakes and let your defense play.
Right. That's all. Yeah, I agree. Listen, as of right now, he's definitely rookie of the year. If you end it right now, he's my rookie of the year. I would give him a rookie of the year. He's played with that. Mac Jones, for sure.
Oh, absolutely not. Micah Parsons. I would. Micah Parsons for Dallas is a animal, dude. He might win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Offensive rookie.
Okay, Offensive Rookie of the Year. I can give you that.
Yeah.
And I think he's up there, him and Jamar Chase, because Jamar Chase is.
You're right. Chase, yeah. No, you're right. But I still think Mac Jones is done. I think they would give it to him because I don't think anyone saw him leading the Patriots.
That's not why you give him Rookie of the Year.
No, I know that, but he's played very well, Mikey. He's done exactly what offense. First, I don't think he wasn't even supposed to start initially, right? Then
they don't look at that when they do Offensive Rookie of the Year. They look at stats.
I know they don't, Mikey. But trust me. I guarantee.
Listen, if the Bengals make the playoffs and the Patriots make the playoffs, and Jamar Chase has elite stats, and Mac Jones has,
it'll be close.
I think it's between those two guys for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I really think that. It's just how it is.
It'll be close. You're right, though. You're right.
Chase and Najee Harris isn't having a crap year. Najee Harris is having a really good year too.
Yeah. Which I said. I told you guys. Najee Harris.
That guy's good. I will tell you.
I told you.
I was so wrong on that guy.
I told you. He's the real deal.
He looks like he lost weight coming into the league because he was a lot bigger. Seemed like he was he was like thicker in college. Like like he looks a lot like Le'Veon Bell now. You know,
he's strong though. He's strong and fast.
That guy's real good.
I told, dude, that's why I said if he was available, I would have picked him. But I wanted to trade it up for him. That's all I was saying.
I don't think Mac Jones is the Rookie of the Year. I think Jamar Chase is the Offensive Rookie of the Year right now, or Najee Harris. And defensive, you can. I think Micah Parsons. They're talking about Micah Parsons winning Defensive Player of the Year. Period. That guy is an animal on the Cowboys defense. It doesn't matter if you put him in middle linebacker or if you put him at edge. He's just all over the place. So, all right, man. It's that time. It's prediction time, Tommy. What you got?
Oh man, this is a tough one, Mikey, because of the conditions. Okay, let me think here. Because of the conditions, I'm gonna say 27-13 Buffalo Bills. 27-13.
Okay. And I'm going to say 17-10 Buffalo.
I don't hate it. With this condition. I don't hate
it. With the conditions? I mean, I would
see us. I don't hate it.
I'd rather see us, pull, what we did to them last time and just run them out of the building. But that defense is good, man.
No, they're good. Is good. I get
it. Depending on the weather conditions. So, all right, Tommy, X Factor time. Oh, Daniel Garis comes in and says 23-20. I like it, Daniel.
It's a good score, too.
Bills win 23-20. Listen, I don't think we're going to blow them out. I think it's going to be a one-score game. Zach Steele comes in and says 27-24. I like that. Give me your X factors, Tommy. Offense and defense.
Okay. Because of the conditions, I'm going to go with Singletary again on offense. I think we're going to run him a lot again. On defense, Jordan Poyer.
Going Poyer. I think that's the first time you've picked non-defensive lineman.
Yes, it's the first time.
I think it's the first time.
I think Poyer's going to get involved. They're going to use Poyer a lot, especially with Trey being out. I think they're going to use some design blitz even with Poyer, which they have in the past. So,
okay.
And Poyer's been good on the ball hawking, by the way. He's got himself a couple of interceptions this year. So, yeah, I like Poyer in this game.
All right. We got a 31-24, and that's before you saw the weather. We got a 31-20. Okay.
Oh, wow, TJ.
Okay.
Tehran. All right.
Yeah. Oh, why? Only why? Only thing blowing in this game will be Mac. Why's always got something in the quip. Going over here to Dallas 2017 OT win. Oh, Dallas has us going to overtime to get the W. Okay.
W's a W. I'll take it, though. It's all I want. I don't care about the score as long as we win.
Oh, defense and special teams TDs break them 34-17. I like it, Jonathan.
Yep.
Scott Blakely comes in and says 3-2 Bills. Oh, that's great. Okay, so for me, I have I'm gonna go with Beasley as the offense because I think we're gonna have a lot of short, quick stuff.
That makes sense. Okay.
And then defense, I'm gonna say Mario Addison.
Nice. He's had a decent season. I think he leads our team in sacks.
Yeah, I think Mario Addison is gonna have, because it's the stuff that's coming off the edge that's gonna struggle. I think it's gonna be either Addison or it's gonna be Teron Johnson blitzing off the edge. I think they're gonna get to Mac coming off the edge.
Yeah. I don't
like it. I like it.
I don't hate it.
Okay, here Spen comes in and says we score 16, 43, 40, 26, 15 home, 35, 38, 31, 6, 45, 31 away. We've actually scored better away than home, according to this.
I've been saying this, and nobody believes me that we are better on the road.
It's because of the weather. I really honestly believe that. Like at home weather, Josh has been playing in like rainstorms and like all kinds of weird shit.
I tried telling people, but we are so convinced that we should have this open air stadium. We play if it ain't right.
I don't mind having the open air stadium. I would like to see
if we were built that way, Mikey. If we're built that way,
you have to remember that's how we're built today. The stadium's not going to be built.
I hope
4 years.
I hope, Mikey. I hope you're right.
What I'm saying is, I would like to see Dallas has an open air stadium that can be closed into the dome.
We're not going to. I
want to see that.
It's about money. It's not going to happen. It's about money.
Well,
don't let them fool you.
Okay, if it's about money, why the hell would we not have a closed stadium that allows other events to be on there? Right now, you're going to build this stadium and have it used 20 weeks a year.
It ain't about home field advantage, though, Mikey. Having an open air stadium. I'm just saying it's not.
I know.
And we're not built that way. But like you said, though, got plenty of time for Brandon Beane, because you got to start building that O-line.
Yep.
And that D-line. You have to.
Yep. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, you got $2 billion for a stadium?
I do. You guys don't know I'm a billionaire. But, we'll see. I'm the talk.
Shiba Army, right? Shiba Army.
Yeah, Shiba Army, baby. That's it. Shiba Inu. Best believe
Fixed roof dome, please. From a fan's perspective, I would love to see a dome, because if I ever went there, let's be perfectly honest, I'm not even a New York resident, so none of my personal money is going to go into that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's taxpayer money. So I get it. I'm on the outside.
If I lived there, though, I would vote for a dome. I'd pay. I wouldn't mind my tax. I'll be dead honest with you, because I'm a diehard fan, and most Buffalo. If you live in Buffalo, you're I'm telling you, that's all they know is football there.
Yeah.
Pay for your fucking. I have no problem being part of that. Take a little money out of my taxes. I'd be good with that, but not for a fucking open air. Like, I'm sorry. I've been to Buffalo. I've been to a couple games.
Listen, it's cold. I see them freezing out there. If I was going to watch a game,
fun.
I want to watch it and be warm. I don't want to freaking
I get it.
Freeze.
It's weird, Mikey, because you've never been there, right? Okay. I've been. It's fun. I'm not going to lie. Like, it is fun. It's different. The tailgating's cool. You're out in the snow. It's shitty, but that's Buffalo. Like, it is cool. It's different. It's a fun time, believe it or not. You do have a good time. And even watching the game, it's different. It's a different environment. But I care about the W at the end, right? It's not about my pleasure. Like, I need to win. That's the most important thing. So if our team is not built for that weather, Give me a fucking dome. I'm good with it.
Dan says, give him a dome. He'll finally be happy to pay his taxes.
Yeah, there you go, Dan. But no, I don't think Bills fans would be pissed if they build a dome.
I am the worst person to have a thought on if there should be a dome or open air, because I don't live in New York. I live in California. Right. You know,
I live in Detroit, by the way.
Doesn't matter. So
it's 35 degrees right now. It's snowing over by me, so it's all good.
What it was? Paul Deacomson says, 1 year my coffee turned into coffee sickles. It's cold there, man.
Fuck yeah, it's cold.
I do need to make a trip out there. I was talking with Paul and Mario, because they now do the Fun Owners Golf Tournament. I think I'm going to go out there 1 year because it's on my bucket list to catch a Bills game. You know,
it's a blast.
And I want to do it. I want to do it before they build the new stadium because I want to get the Ralph feel. You know,
right?
So I am going to make a trip out there. I'll probably do it right around week 1 year, or our first home game when Paul
you won't just dress a little heavy since you're not used to the environment, depending on when you go, what time of the year, but you will have a blast. I'm telling you right now, the tailgating is unbelievable. The fans are just the Bills Mafia is unbelievable. The food is unbelievable if you go somewhere to eat after or before. It's just a great time, bro. Like that, the tailgating is where it's at. You get there early, have fun, tailgate, and then, bro, lose your mind in the game, bro. That's all I can
Zach comes in. Zach comes in and says, I went to the Bills-Lions game in 2018. I froze my ass off.
Zach, that's one of the games I went to.
Did you? Go to that one?
I'm from Detroit, so I drove to that game. It was Josh Allen's rookie year, and he had the touchdown to Robert Foster in that game. It was a really low-scoring game. It was really shitty out, typical Buffalo weather. But I had a blast, man. Fucking great. And we won. And it was, the cherry on the top, bro. Yeah. Hey, Zach, I was there, brother.
Yeah, and Carl comes in and says, wouldn't the Bills Mafia crowd be noise deafening if it was in a dome? You hear how loud it is? It shakes the stadium now. Imagine that in a dome. Wouldn't that be an advantage? Yeah. Wouldn't that be a huge advantage?
It would be unbelievable. Or give us a retractable roof or something. I don't care. Or something where we can close it when it's fucking 50-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah.
Golly.
But anyways, all right, Tommy. We're running up on it, so we'll go ahead what do you got going on?
Tomorrow, guys, 7:30 AFC East Shakedown on the Mafia Sports Report. You can come on, man. Like I said, I have Patriots Sports Dynasty podcast. They join me. I got Captain D, who represents the Dolphins. Once in a while, I have Curtis from Ace Per Head, but he's going to come on next week. But anyways, that's 7:30, and then Monday, I'll be on right after the game, probably 15 minutes after the game ends.
Are you doing a pregame, or are you just doing postgame?
I'm going to do halftime, guys, and I'm going to do postgame. I was doing pregame, but I'm going to do halftime and postgame. So you're going to either see angry Tommy or happy Tommy. It's probably going to be happy Tommy because I believe it will win. So
yes, I agree. And we wanted to thank the chat for joining us tonight. It's always fun with you guys and the nation in the chat. It makes the show go by so fast, and we appreciate everyone. I want to thank Paul and Mario for the platform to do this, and then also Mr. Rogers Holmes. And here's a message from him.
Hello, fellow Bills fans. Sean Rogers, Realtor and lead of the Mr. Rogers Homes team. Did you know that real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth, and right now is one of the best times to own an investment property in Arizona? Please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions so we can take the next step to your financial freedom here in the Valley of the Sun, utilizing real estate. As always, God bless America, and go Buffalo!